Hi everyone. I want to take a few minutes this morning and talk to you about homeschooling. And before I do, I just want to say that it's a beautiful day and that these are runner beans next to me. And I bought the seed from Annie's, and they were the mixture of running beans. It's 3 different kinds. And this morning we had a hummingbird out here, and he was on the runner beans, and it was just so awesome. I hope he comes back during this video, so be watching for him. So a lot of you may know this and some of you may not, but we homeschooled Codger, and we did that from the very beginning. He was never put into public school for anything. He did go for driver's ed, and that was a summer class, but that was it. So we are in the state of Maine, and our laws may be different than some of you guys' laws, but that's okay. Some of the concepts are the same. One of Codger's biggest strengths was reading and reading comprehension. He started to learn to read fairly well at age 4, and by age 5 he was reading at a first grade level with 100% comprehension. And I used BJU Press for the first part of his education. We did that from first grade through 5th grade, and it was just fantastic. In my opinion, it was top-of-the-line curriculum. A little bit pricey, but you can always buy the teacher's editions used, and then if they're still in print, go ahead and get the workbooks new. But the graphics were interesting for kids. The lessons were presented in a way that really caught their attention, and we just had so much success with BJU Press. It's also known as Bob Jones. It's put out by Bob Jones University. And I don't have any of the little kids' books to show you at this point, but this is a grade 11 writing and grammar through them, and here it is, BJU Press, and they have their own website. So I suggest you check them out. I'm probably going to do a lot of rambling and jumping all over the place because Codger suggested I do this morning, and I don't know as if I was 100% ready, but why did I pick BJU Press from the beginning, and how did I know that that is what I wanted to use? Well, at first, I used just little workbooks and stuff that you can get into regular stores. So I had an idea of how he learned, and I could see right away that his learning style was hands-on. So I had a friend who paid for me to go to a homeschool curriculum display, I can't think of, convention. And I was able to look at all the different curriculums, the prices, hold the books, look through them, see what their strengths, their weaknesses were. And I noticed first thing with BJU Press that they had curriculum that looked like it was going to catch a kid's attention, and that it was a lot of hands-on activities, which I knew Codger would learn the best that way. So it was a bit of a struggle to afford that curriculum to grade 5, but we managed. So then in grade 6, we were able to get some Abeka curriculum, and we used Abeka for everything but math that year, just simply because my grandmother's church got a whole bunch of it in used, and we could buy the whole grade for $60. And so I have some experience with Abeka, and we actually keep the Abeka English curriculum on hand because it's the best as far as comma usage and editing and proofreading and stuff like that. It's really strong in those areas, and we keep that on hand for reference even now that we're done homeschool. I don't recommend Abeka from the beginning for little kids. I have actually used it before homeschooling a friend, and I think it doesn't explain it enough, and I think it pushes and moves the kids along faster than they're actually able to comprehend at a young age. And I think personally, this is just my opinion, that it can lead to a lot of learning problems later on because they didn't slow down enough. So I'm not a real big fan of starting your kids off with a BECA. Now, as far as like their science and health curriculums, that's a lot of just reading in the textbook, and that would be fine at any grade level, but definitely not like the English or probably even the math at a young level. So as we got Quadra through 6th grade, I started to think about high school. It was going to be coming up. And I thought, well, I really want him to have a diploma from a school. I don't want him to have just a homeschool diploma made up by me. I understand that people have to accept that and recognize that, but I still wanted more for him. And I think a lot of that comes from the opposition that we were getting from everybody when we were homeschooling. Do you know what you're doing? Is he going to get the proper education? And I just felt like I don't want to be the one to be releasing his diploma. So I started to pray, and I started to look at different options. And like a private school that he was actually going to go to attend was way out of the question for us. We live remote, and by the time we paid for the tuition and we traveled there back and forth, we just could not do that. Well, one of the other things that I liked about homeschooling was it gave us some flexibility time where Quadra could develop the skills that he naturally is interested in, or the God-given talents that God had given him. And I looked at like BJU Press Online for working towards one of their diplomas, or a BECA online, and I just felt like for us it was too set in stone. It wasn't going to leave him any free time to develop things like his mechanics and his carpentry and his preaching and his music and all of these different things. So I noticed in a magazine or something an ad for basic Christian education and BCE Academy, and this is their logo, and honestly it was a little old-fashioned schoolhouse that caught my attention, and I thought, I bet you their program is a lot different. So I called them up and we got to chat, and I was told that there would be certain required courses and requirements that they had, so many credits through them, and then there would be freedom to learn things on his own and to receive credit for those. So we went ahead and we signed up for them, and we signed up for the academy, and Jacob did that all the way through from 7th grade on. And what they had us do is they would give us the regular subjects, and they tested him first to see where he was at in their curriculum. And they would give us the regular subjects that he would need to do, and then they would give us papers where we could track his hours and things he was self-studying. And so, you know, every time he worked on a lawnmower or a chainsaw or something like that, we tracked his hours. And he was able to seek out people to teach him in the community, family, online tutors, you know, through YouTube and different things, and just learn on the particular projects he wanted to do. And then we would get like different manuals and stuff for repair and all of this. And he got to do some really neat, fun projects, like he helped build a house one time, and just all this different stuff, and he actually was earning high school credits for these things. So it got to the point that when he was in 10th grade, we realized he had enough credits that he could be graduating a year early. So he went ahead and did that. He graduated this spring. And so we're all done now. And I know this is a lot of rambling, but what I basically want to be saying to you guys is, I'm here. I'm done homeschool. We've done it. We've made it from the beginning to the end. We've made it successfully. Codger earned that accredited diploma, and I am available to you guys. If you're thinking about homeschooling and you have questions, I'm here. If you are currently homeschooling and you're discouraged, I'm here. I am here as a support to any of you. Reach out to me. Contact me below, and I will respond. If you want me to do more of these videos and you have questions, put them below. We could do a homeschool question and answer. That's not just me rambling, but me actually answering the questions that you want to know. Alright guys, sorry this is a little weird. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.